So here's a stock fuse box, unmodified. This is approximately how it should look in your car, possibly with some melting. And then, put that over there. Sorry, I lost my tripod thing, so we're trying to do this one-handed. This is fuse box that I've modified by removing all of the top side fuse mounts, and then there's these little post thingies. They're designed to keep you from pushing this too far back. You gotta take all those off too. And then this will sit in like this, but you also have to remove all of these, and these are paired up to the relays, except for this one. So if we look on the inside, and your color card might be slightly different, that's the only difference between most of these units. If we look on the inside, let's look at the bottom one, that'll be easier. And there. If we look down here, we've got this little flat bar, right? And under the color card, it flips around to be these two bottom things. And so it's we got the one thing here, the one thing here. This is part of the relay socket, and then there's this little blade right here. Most of them should be unused. There may be one that goes from, I have one reference box that has one that goes from down here up to this one to reference against. This is the high beam relay. So what I'm going to have you do is we're going to just take out all four of, there's actually, this one's 5. This one only goes to this first one here. Take out all those 5, and then if you have one of the wires that goes from somewhere and then uses this blade, I moved that to where the relay socket is. So you're just going to want to plug the wire. If there's a wire going to one of these, just plug it into the one next to it. And then to actually get these out, there's these little plastic welds, and you just got to pop those off. The other thing is that we're going to be taking out this one. It goes from this this fuse, this little blade, and then it goes down to catch the first 1, 2, the 3 middle relays. It's this is the start run bus. This side's only a control line, but this is the power input to the to this fuse. So there's a slot for all the blades here except for right here. So you're going to need to drill a hole here so that the new blade on the circuit board can pop through, so that the plug will fit here. All right, we're a minute or two in, learning some stuff. I pulled out the color card, which is glued in. I don't know why they did it here. They didn't do it on the E28s. The E28 color cards just sort of flop around there. But you can see what I was talking about with the these two connections go to the top side, and then there's this this blade connection here. And the way these are, I got one of them out. The way these are held in is there's a little plastic weld here, one here, and then there's one in the corner getting like the little bit that comes out right there. And if we go to the front side, something I forgot to mention, these are bent over on mine, but they won't be on yours. I bent them over for clearance for something else I was doing. But if you take a hammer and just give it a whack, it should, you should be able to break this weld here, the one at the end. And then if you take a screwdriver, shove it in here, and give that a whack, it'll break the other side off. I did run into, that gets in the way. Please stop doing that. We're going to want to take this vertical one out first, or you end up with this sort of flopping in there because you can't. This crosses over, you can't get it out. But it's all coming out. And you don't actually need to like hit these. You can just push them and they break. All right, once you're done pulling stuff out, this is what it should look like. So the only two pieces of stamped metal left are the one that goes here down and here down. Don't cut past this, because this is the main power line for most of the thing. This isn't always hot line, so you don't want to cut this because this provides power to the relays. Couple more tips for this one specifically. It turns out this will break off pretty easily if you just grab it with a pair of pliers and work hard in it, sort of like that. And you're going to want to do that before you hit these to break off the things, because if you don't, like I did, it'll start to pull the relay sockets down lower out, and you don't want that. So break it off here first and then hit it. Here's that hole that you need to drill. Let me show you on the front side. Here's where you want the hole, not there, here. I just used a drill bit that looked big enough. It needs to be at least as wide as the slot. And you're going to want to be careful because it's really going to want to grab. So you're going to want to, like, I just sort of held it like this between my legs and went at it with the drill. Full speed, go slow, and you should be fine. And the other thing is, so once you pull out all the wires on the back side, there's only going to be like, I don't know, whatever those two things are, and those should just pop out. And then they're like 4 wires that hold the box in after that. I just take the whole thing out. For these, you, if you don't know, if you look, let's use one that has one in it. Yeah, if you look here, you can shove a tiny little screwdriver in there and sort of pop it that way a little bit, and it'll pull out. There's a little finger thing that holds it in. One of these, well, these popped out. I can show you that. That's the little finger tab that you need to pop to pull it out. So you shove a screwdriver down here, and it unclips that. I'd see if you could just take the whole friggin' thing out, because it would be a lot harder to do all this if this is still attached to your car by half a dozen wires. So once you're at this state, you can, let's see if I can do this one-handed. Did we line up with the, we did, cool. All right, I got it pretty much seated. You're gonna want, there's a little lip on these things, and you want that flush. Now you are, now you're done with the install, other than plugging everything else back in. There's this little switch here is the on-off switch for the LEDs. Here's what the LEDs look like. If you power them, they turn on. So it should be red if it's blown, green if it's good, and it won't be lit if the thing is off. Now, the other thing is these lows and fog switches. So each of these controls both the lows and the fogs in different states. The stock wiring with sealed beam bulbs will turn off the low beams and the fogs when your highs turn on. And with sealed beam, you will overheat the bulbs if you have both the low beam and the high beam on at the same time. But, plenty of people have modified their cars. I don't know what people have. I thought that I should give them the option with this little switch So this is off is down. So the lows and the fogs will be off when the highs are on here, and then they'll remain on when the highs are on there. The lights don't turn off when you're cranking, which is really strange to me. So this is that's the control switch for up is they'll stay on when they're cranking, and down is you'll turn off when you're cranking. So I personally, I would recommend turning them off when the highs are on, unless you have some special headlight system, and turning them off and cranking, because you'll crank a little bit faster. That should be pretty much it. Yep.